Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you today is in the fallout of Brandon Herrera losing the race to Tony Gonzales. Now, there's still recount possibilities. I'm not saying there isn't, but there's something that happened last night that we need to talk about, that the establishment took the biggest L they possibly could outside of Brandon losing in the original count. This is something you need to send out, and it needs to be used as an inspiration for many more to follow. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And this content was made possible by American Hartford Gold. I'm going to say a quick word from them, and then we're going to hit. Content today is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. And brothers and sisters, with everything popping off around the world, wars cracking off, we've got inflation issues, we've got stock market volatility, we have cash concerns, we have oil concerns. It's a good time to take a look and at least know your options with American Hartford Gold. They are dedicated to offering gold, silver, platinum, coins, and bars for your investing needs. Whether you want to do it delivered to your door or you want an IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, TSP, they've got options. This is something you guys should check out. At American Hartford Gold, they aim to educate clients about investments in the precious metal industry, strive to provide unparalleled customer service built on trust, integrity, and absolute transparency, while holding a goal of achieving 100% customer satisfaction. Click the link in the description or call 844-727-3199. That's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. Again, that's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. All right, beautiful people, listen. If you were on our live stream last night, thank you so much for tuning in. That was the most fun live stream I've ever had. 10,000 people consistently were in that live stream. We were watching the results pour in. Over 130,000 people stopped in because you supported Brandon in this. And that's what I wanted to hit this video on. Because even though the initial count, and I'm going to show you here in a second what the final counts were, even though the initial count did not favor Brandon, understand all that it took to defeat him. Now, he is a newcomer into the political sphere. He'd never run before. He was going after an establishment member and an incumbent in Tony Gonzales. I'm about to walk you through what was required to beat him, and that should be an inspiration to you and a warning shot to the establishment. Check this out. This is where it comes out. This is incredible, all right? U.S. Representative Tony Gonzales of Texas fights off challenge from gun rights activist in GOP runoff, okay? He fights off a challenge. Understand, as we go through this video, he should not have had to fight off anybody. An incumbent in a deep red section of the electorate in Texas 23 should not have had any type of challenge, should not have had to have any razor-thin margins, should not have had to have outside support. It should have been a lock with nothing. It should have been a coast. It was anything but a coast because of his gun control votes and his establishment ties. Let me continue here because, again, guys, this is so much bigger. They took such an L last night. Here's the final numbers. Tony Gonzales edged out 50.7% to Brandon's 49.3%. That's a difference of 407 votes. Brandon pushed this guy to the point where he only lost by 407 votes. And here's some of the other things that were involved. $10 million is what Brandon told me on the inside sources from All Money Spent, but I'm about to show you the open secrets here in a second. But understand, the Speaker of the House got involved. The Governor of Texas got involved. And all of that only let him win, Tony Gonzales, by 407 votes. Understand how massive that is, all right? Let me keep going here because, again, this was so much bigger. And guys, you got to see the final outcome here in the overall picture because this is, on the insides of Washington, you don't ever want to see something like this of what Tony just went through, okay? Yeah, he won, but it was such a Pyrrhic victory, he didn't win anything. Let's continue. Austin, Texas, AP. Republican Representative Tony Gonzales of Texas narrowly won his primary Tuesday against a gun rights activist who pushed the border congressman into a bruising runoff that threatened to unseat a U.S. House incumbent. A bruising re-election fight against an incumbent. And guys, It's such a massive deal. The RNC, the establishment, they only have so much money. So when they when they have to spend more money to defend safe sections of their electorate, that's a problem. Let me continue here. Let me show you some stuff. Let me show you what they total raised and spent, and then I'll tie all this together. Tony Gonzales, the incumbent, raised $4.47 million and spent $3.9. Brandon Herrera raised $1.37 and spent $1.2. Tony Gonzales outspent Brandon roughly 3-1 and won by 400 votes. One more thing that I want to tie in here. Governor Abbott, U.S. Speaker Johnson come in for Tony Gonzales in GOP runoff against Brandon Herrera. So if you are looking at everything that I just showed you, let me back out and show you the macro here and why this is so crucially important for us. Tony Gonzales voted for the Gun Control Act, which opened up a lane for Brandon Herrera to challenge him. The challenge was so effective it forced a primary runoff, again, a YouTuber in the gun space, not a prior politician, not some CEO captain of industry, a YouTuber, an everyday American YouTuber who's still young and has a lot of road left. He forced the Speaker of the House to come down and campaign for him in Texas 23. That is unheard of. The Speaker of the House never gets involved in primary races. That is exceptionally rare. He did in this case, fundraised for Tony Gonzales. The governor of Texas, which is a little more common, but he endorsed Texas 23, Tony Gonzales. So Tony Gonzales not only had Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, he had the Speaker of the United States House stumping for him. They raised $4 million, roughly, actually almost $4.5 million through those fundraising efforts, and they only net 407 vote victory. You have to understand how much of a shot across the bow this is to the establishment. The only person that had this type of fight was someone who voted for gun control. That's incredibly important. He was also perceived as completely establishment. He also went down the road of CNN, which kind of confirmed that one. But if you vote for gun control and you are viewed as establishment and you're viewed as part of the problem, not the solution, you can expect not only primary challengers to pop up, you can expect to spend $10 million or $5 million, of which you did not expect to spend defending your incumbents and your establishment and your gun control votes. That's going to get expensive real quick. This is going to inspire more primary challengers. This is going to inspire more people to get involved. Guys, he missed it by 407 votes with all of those things against him. And he's got so much more road and so much more future in front of him. Understand, they may have won in the actual vote counts last night, the establishment, Tony Gonzales, but they lost in every other measure. And that's the possibility and power of a YouTuber. Imagine what you guys could do if you felt the exact same call to do something very similar. Local elections, House representative races, sheriff's races, whatever. Understand how massively important this is and a shot across the bow at the establishment that this was, because that's exactly what it was. He brought it within 407 votes. All that against him. What can you do? And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.